Hello, thank you for being here. My name is Fiona, and I am here to nerd out about my mostly old makeup products while using my very basic makeup skills because I need a makeup hobby that's not about buying makeup. And I figured obsessing over my current makeup will help me not give in to the temptation of buying all this new makeup that's coming out. So, thank you for being here. Today, I want to talk about makeup I regret not buying. That is a strong statement for someone who is on a replacement only low buy. But today, I was going through the ColourPop website because I wanted to check what shades of. No, I wanted to confirm if the ColourPop Super Shock blushes. I wanted to confirm if they were cream or powder formula because that's on my blush wish list, which is another video I want to make of the blushes that I want to try or purchase as soon as I finish all the makeup that I own. But yes, so that is on my blush wish list. So I was researching about it, just looking up um, the the formula and the shades available from the Super Shock blushes from ColourPop, and to my horror, they were all on clear out prices, and all the shades were sold out. And I was like, are they discontinuing this line? Because on the Ulta website, they don't have the Super Shock blushes anymore. And I'm like, am I gonna miss out on another great product because I waited too long to buy it? Granted, there's also a lot of other stuff I purchased that I shouldn't have, but there are stuff that I wish I purchased. So it got me into this rabbit hole of other things that I wish I bought, and I'm kicking myself that I did not. Don't get me wrong, it's just makeup. It's not that deep. But still, these are the list of makeup products that I regret not buying. And I just thought it was kind of fun because there are videos where um, people talk about makeup they regret buying. These are the ones that I wish I bought. So, first one is that ColourPop Super Shock not shadows, blushes. I think about that formula and I wonder like what it would have looked like on me. What kind of finish it would have had? Man, I'm thinking about that. But that's the first one. The second one is the ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero highlighter palette. That was a moment. Like that highlighter palette was so it looks so good. I never got my hands on it. I've never seen it in person because I think it sold out so fast, or I just never got my hands on it. But I wish that I had it because everyone had such good things to say about it, and I regret missing out on that because I love highlight, and everyone would have videos of how glowy it is and how beautiful it is, and I'm like, I want it. So that's another product that I wish I bought. Another product that I regret not buying is, remember Marc Jacobs? Remember that makeup brand when he had a makeup brand? Those bronzers, like those giant pan bronzers that came in that white packaging. I wish I got my hands on those. And I'm kicking myself because I remember they were on clearance, like on sale at Sephora, and they were what almost half off. But for whatever reason, at that point, I just didn't think they were closing. Like I didn't think they were discontinuing the entire line. I just thought that this specific shade, or no, you know what it was? The shade that I wanted sold out so quick that whatever was left to be on sale was not the shade I wanted. But still, I'm kicking myself that I never got my hands on that because everyone's talking about how beautiful it is and the coconutty scent of the bronzer. Yeah, I still think about that sometimes. Even though I also like the bronzers I have, I remember the Marc Jacobs bronzer. It's a lot of time. Fourth product that I regret not buying are more shades of the Becca Luminous blushes. I have one shade in Foxglove, and it's one of my absolute favorite blushes. Like easily, this is a high praise. Easily in my top 10, which I will also make another video ranking like my top 10 blushes in my collection. But that Becca blush, it had maybe like six, seven, eight other shades. And there was ones that I specifically remember that I wanted. I remember wanting Dahlia, Snapdragon, and Tiger Lily. Like I remember the shade names. I really wanted them. But again, like I could not justify buying more because I'm not don't have the money. But at the same time, like I was able to get my hands on one because I'm like, okay, I get one at a time. And then the company shut down. Like R.I.P. Becca. Smashbox, please bring back those blushes because they were stunning and beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's like their highlight shade, their highlight finish in a blush. Beautiful. And speaking of blush, so another product that I wish I got was the Cover FX blush duos. Do you remember those? Like it's not like a cream and powder. It's more of one is a powder and the other one is a corresponding baked gelée formula. Oh, if I could have just gotten my hands on those, they look so good. I don't remember the shade names, but I remember distinctly thinking, one day I'm gonna get you. One day I'm gonna get you. And then Cover Effect is no more. Like, the frustration of knowing that it would have been so great if I had my hands on them, but the time was never right to get them. So that's another one that I think about quite often. And then another blush is the Balm Insane blushes. I have one in Houndstooth, which is a shade that I like, but they're such a good formula. They're not as glowy as the Becca ones. They're matte, but the staying power on those, like, they're incredible. And I don't know why. Oh wait, I know why I only got one because I can only afford one. But I wish that I saved up for more shades. So I keep thinking about the Cover FX blush too. Oh no, I keep thinking about that Balm Instinct blushes. They're not sold anywhere anymore. Sad. Another blush that I miss, and I kind of wish I tried, even in the mini, was the Benefit Rockateur. Do you remember that? It was one that kind of had that metallic rose gold looking thing, and it had the word rock on it. It looked like a gem or something, or like a rock, but it was so pretty. I never tried it, but I really, really wanted it, and then it was just not available anymore. Like, I have to face the fact that things get discontinued, but I don't know. I think like it might be too late for me, but I'll never know if it's too late for me. So it's one of those blushes that I wish I tried. Another product that I wish I tried or that I purchased before they discontinued it, because I've tried it before but I don't have it anymore, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I I'm afraid to buy the bullet with the double wear regular double wear because I don't know if it's gonna be how it's gonna be considering how expensive it is, and I don't even know how to find my right shade. But the double wear light, I owned it before and I got it from one of those outlets and it looked so good and it lasted so well. But once I ran out, I never repurchased it because of I got it from an outlet, right? So I could never buy the full price, the full price for it. So I just never got it again and now they don't have it. I wanted to come back so bad. I wish I still had that. Um Technically that one is a makeup I regret not repurchasing because I did purchase it once. Um, Another thing that I'm kicking myself that I missed out on. I still think about this palette sometimes, and as a non eyeshadow wearer, I look at this palette and I'm like salivating. Like sometimes, okay, salivating is a strong word, but you know what I mean. Like I really want it, and I almost sometimes like I would look at eBay to see who's selling it, but I also know it's super old now. I'm talking about the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. That one is up my alley because there's a few crease shades that are natural and matte, but most of them are all just sparkly shadows that will be just great lid toppers, like exactly my jam, where I could just take my finger and just like go, and it's on. It's so beautiful. I think about it a lot, but they're not available anymore, so we move on. Speaking of palettes, another palette that I sometimes I go on YouTube just to watch old videos about this palette. If you were there, you'd remember how insane it was when this came out. The Too Faced A Few of My Favorite Things palette. I still remember the pink and gold chevron print on the palette. Okay, I still remember the gold foiling of the letters, I think. But It was so beautiful. And it was from the Sound of Music song, a few of my favorite things. And the shades were stunning. And it was one of those where it's eyeshadows, a bunch of eyeshadows, and a bunch of face products. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't. But it's no longer available and they don't make that anymore. So I'm kind of sad. Another, speaking of like face palettes, I missed out on the Laura Geller face palette that came out a couple of years ago, where there's two of her baked bronzers, two of her baked blushes, and two of her highlights. I have never had Laura Geller products before, but when Emily Noel talks about them, I just like I can't wait to try them. Like we don't have an Ulta here, and I unless I order it straight from her website, but I don't know how much shipping would be. But Laura Geller face palettes, like I really just want to try her face stuff. Like I hear all great things, and I have a feeling it's gonna be wonderful. One day I do want to purchase one of her blushes, a mini blush maybe down the road. But yeah, I miss out on her. I wish I got her face palette. And the last two items that I wish I purchased are also face palettes, specifically blush palettes. And remember when Tarte would release every holiday just like either purse looking thing full of blushes or those like round things with like a bajillion blushes, like 6 or 8 blushes in there, or even they had those little disc looking things with a blush in the middle and a bunch of eyeshadow and bronzer and highlight. Like, I miss those. I feel like that is one of the quintessential Tarte products that I wish I have. And when I think of the variety of blushes you'd have in like one of those discs, I'm like, I wish I have that. But they don't make that anymore because people stop buying them. Because how much blush can you really like if you buy all the releases they have throughout the years of all these like blush palettes? Of course, you're not gonna, and after like a couple of years, you're gonna stop buying. But I wish I saw I wish I got my hands on them. So the last item that I wish I got that I can't anymore is NARS blush palettes. Now, I don't like NARS blushes, like the regular matte blushes, but their blush palettes are in a different formula. It looks like the high intensity kind of formula that they have, the big gelée, and I there's a few different configurations of them in the last couple of years, but they haven't come out with them in the last year or two. But I think about them and I'm like, man, I wish I could get one secondhand, but of course, like it's not that simple. But yeah, I think about that a lot. And I Google them a lot just to look at them and then be sad about it. And then I move on because it's just makeup. And I have a lot to also appreciate. But the irony of, appreciating what I have, but remembering what I could have had. So, yeah, thank you for listening to me rant about makeup I wish I have, even though there's already a lot that I'm thankful for. So, thank you for being here and let me know what makeup you miss, what nostalgic products you wish you still have or you wish are still available. Let me know. Thank you so much. Bye.